I would say for me personally, I grew up in the church, but never really had a full connection with it. Before joining Engage during high school or whatnot, my faith kind of started wavering a little bit. A lot of home struggles, a lot of personal struggles, lack of confidence, even lack of self confidence because I didn't know who I was, really what was making me tick, interest, and of course, you know, high school girls, but really just trying to figure out like who I was and started drifting way towards that. Then that affected my church because I just didn't feel like I was being what they were saying was really connecting with me on a personal level. But during that time, I was dealing with and still battled with depression and anxiety. I'm not afraid to share, but during that time, going into college and whatnot, a lot of pressure from just different areas just started becoming overwhelming, and I wanted to end it all. It was through the help of my friends and my mom, you know, got me out that way. So I would say that really started back my journey to coming back to Christ and getting on where I should go. So we recently moved to the area about 2 years ago, and so I came actually to where we're at right now, and for the Good Friday service, and I heard Miss Lorraine's message, and I heard your message, and it just hit me. You just know when you have that feeling, just like it just hits you, just like, wow. So did some research on Engage, just said, you know what, let me come out to a couple, see if I'm still having that same type of feeling. And I would say any message really that you guys have been that you preached or anything that any of the guest preachers has always been here. It's always you always say we have stuff to deal with, but it's okay because God is there with us every step of the way, and I always feel like that, even if I slip and fall or have moments of doubt. It always feels like, you know what, don't worry, God's got you. I would say this year, as I'm sure with a lot of people, 2020's been a rough year. At the beginning of the year, I lost my job for unfair circumstances. Won't get into that. But at that same time, my mother-in-law was dealing with cancer. And not too long after that, I lost my job and everything. She passed away. So that was like a lot to deal with. So it literally, I would say, broke my wife's heart because her mom was her everything. So it felt like I had to carry more of the load than I already was. I really said this year was just like, you know what, God, I don't have the answers. I'm lost. And usually I'm the one that's figuring out what the angles are different, how to answer it, what's the different plays. And really, I didn't know what to do. Aiden and Adriana, I would do anything for those girls. Even at times when they feel like I'm mean dad or whatnot, I would say 2020 has allowed me to get closer to God, but also to see where I messed up and where I wanted to just reestablish that foundation, not just for them, but for my marriage, for me personally, all areas of my life. I would say it's more of a low-key Christmas, but definitely try to focus on just being together, create new traditions. Of course, they have things on their list, but kind of reiterate to them what the true meaning of Christmas is all about.
Because there's generosity in this church, I want to let you know that got you $1,000 target gift. sure that you can provide not just the low key Christmas, but the best Christmas ever.
I I appreciate it, and I'm not sure what to say. And you know what? And just because of me, and just because of family, I always feel like I have to pay it forward. So it's not just going to be from me. I've I know people that are struggling or going through it. So it's not just a blessing for myself. It's using the blessing that you gave me to be a blessing to someone else.